smoking that we barely got out of Mansfield with a victory. Pack. Also smoking that this manager still can't rotate pattern recognition. And last but certainly not least, bummy ass fucking Borthwick, that tall lanky cunt, can get the fuck out of England, bro. He needs to be potted to now. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not after breakfast. To now, bro. Best believe that. Pack. More on that a bit later. Best believe. Wagwan, feature sponsorship potentially. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. How you doing, people? Nat back here. Live and directing in full effect. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never ever miss when I go live and directing in full effect or when I upload the next video. Best believe that. And I've got some news that will potentially be happening, and I'll let you guys know at the end of the stream. So stay tuned and pay attention to that shit. But damn sure, do you know what I'm saying? You won't want to miss it. Yeah. I barely got 5 hours sleep last night. Woke up, saw that dross, absolute shit show of a performance. The only positives were Max Dowman, arguably man of the match, Norgard, who was my man of the match. Ebrieza scored, and that's pretty much it. Even though Madueke scored, it masked over how fucking dog shit he is, back once again and all that shit. Right here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings, we don't have quality. The best player that we have, technically, is fucking Max Dowman, and he's 16 years old. He's not even finished school yet, bro. That's how fucking embarrassing that is. And he's just come back from an injury as well. Now, if you want to hear my thoughts on pretty much each individual player, or the majority of them, give or take, go check out North's channel. I was on his call-in show. So if you want to hear my in-depth thoughts and views, bruv, or thoughts and views, I should say, go check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe to North. Legend, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Todd, back once again for the Renegade Master and all that shit from day one. Much appreciated. Calafiore, the sweet prince, cunt, is only good for underwear model and being Arteta's poster. Saka and Timber should not be on the pitch. Yeah, I agree. Ebrieza, even though he got the winner, shouldn't have been on the pitch. He shouldn't have been on that dry-ass, bobbly-ass pitch. Not at all. It's League One, bro. League One. Enemy of attacking football. The enemy of football. And the football gods have spoken. Tottenham will get relegated, I believe. And this year, Arteta will get potted, whether we win the league or not. Because I don't see us winning the Champions League, not playing like this. Not with the state of our players are in. And that's for damn sure, people. But we move. We move. Even though we're through, 6th round now, quarterfinals, League Cup final still to play in about a couple of weeks' time. We will be there. More than you believe. More than you believe. So yeah, it's just one of them ones, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's just one of them ones, bruv. Bummy ass Borthwick, please fuck off. Well done, Italy, and fair play Scotland for beating France. Yeah, I need to check out that Scotland game later. I will get into the England game later on, but I'm going to get Arsenal Mansfield out the way pretty much. There's not really that much more that needs to be said, but there are some things that do need to be said. That game was shambolic. I got very little sleep, got up for that fucking bullshit. Kai Havertz. Will the real Kai Havertz please stand up? We're going to have a problem here. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Back once again for the Renegade Master and all that. Best believe that. 280 grand a week. Wow. 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 But don't worry, guys. It's fine margins, guys. It's fine margins. He'll come good. He's my boy, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to understand the process, guys. Get fucked. Gabby Jesus. Most of Top Gooner's Lord and Savior, other than the manager, of course. I've been telling you fucking cunts for ages. He's not a striker. No link-up play. Not taking anyone on. Not taking their defence on. Not taking their midfield on. Not driving through that bobbly-ass pitch. But, of course, that will be the excuse. We couldn't play on that pitch. That pitch was unacceptable, guys. The ball was not round enough. It was not smooth enough for us to play our ball, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? We got a freaking goal the next game. It'll be better pitch. Let's freaking go, guys. Yeah. We've all heard it before, haven't we? We've all fucking heard it before, haven't we, cunt? Haven't we? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hearing this bullshit anymore. I'm not hearing this fucking bullshit. I'm really not. FA Cup draw is on Monday for the West Ham game. Oh, West Ham's still in the FA Cup. Who are they playing, bruv? Who are they playing? Let a brother know. Do you know what I'm saying? Mosquera. Oh boy. We got to have a serious conversation. You're still rattled from that yellow card you picked up against Brighton, bro. Reverting back to type. Oh dear. Martinelli and Trossard. They need to be binned, bruv. Along with Kai Havertz and the Paraguayan Gabby Jesus, bruv. It is what it is. Madueke can fuck off as well. I don't care if he scored a decent goal today. You can fuck off. The Sweet Prince. But he causes chaos. Yeah, he causes chaos at the back, which is never ever fucking needed. Oh, I feel homesick. My dream is to play for Rome. We'll do a whip round, people, and we'll send your ass back to Italy. I'll rent a car and drive you there myself if I have to. Or I'll borrow a friend's car. It is what it is, bro. I'll find a way. We'll all find a way. Do you know what I'm saying? That cunt needs to fuck off pronto, bro. Pronto. You know what I'm saying? I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of this fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? This can't go on, guys. This can't vlieging go on. We need the vlieging go again, guys. Because that's what we'll be hearing. Something along them lines, so to speak. Just get bored of it, man. Just get sick of talking about it. Do you know what I'm saying? I just want the League Cup to happen. Just get that out of the way. And then our players can be rested and shit. Ideally. You know what I'm saying? Needs to happen. Needs to happen big time. Sick and tired of this shit. Kepa should have done better for that goal. I know Salmon gave the ball away, but he's a young kid. It is what it is. Hasn't had much game time. He should be playing more because Timber, why the fuck was he on the pitch? Bukayo Saka. Oh no. Oh fucking no, come. 300 grand a fucking week. He's pretty much our club captain from now till the end of the season. And you can't even score one-on-one against a League One goalkeeper. Bottom half of the table as well, bruv. That's shocking. That's shocking. There is no justification for that shit. Not now. Nah, never. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? Big up Manny in the building. My fucking G, bro. Big up Nat. I understand now why you feared for England against Italy today. Borthwick needs to leave after the tournament, but I also think England choked later on. Maro Tojo needs to hold blame. I hear it, man. And I rate Maro Tojo. I love what he's done. And I know he lost his mother recently as well, but yeah, all them players are going to hold smoke later on. We will get to that, Manny. Like I said to Todd, we will get to that. They say Kai Havertz has bulked up, but he's really gotten weaker. Yeah. It's not hard for me to bulk up, genetics and all that shit, but if you're on 280k a week, if you're playing for top of the table Asna at the moment, yeah, doing gym work every week, like 2-3 times a week, pretty much. Unless it's a midweek game, it will be 1 or 2 times a week. You got personal chefs, medical staff. You know, you got the cooks in the kitchen at London Colney. The best food, the best sports scientists, whatever. You're telling me you can't gain a bit of muscle in the Premier League, bruv? Nah, too lightweight for someone that's 6'4". I don't care if he's got tech. Odegaard's got a bit of tech, but one thing they both have in common, they're both fucking useless, bruv. That's the fucking issue. Yeah, 3-1 up. Yeah. To be honest, I thought City would beat Newcastle anyway. They're looking at this FA Cup as a huge opportunity. Same with the League Cup. They're mad inconsistent though. So are we. But yeah, the League Cup will be the biggest indicator in terms of whether we actually win something this season or not. We lose that, our season goes down the fucking drain. We win that, bigger things are going in, rude boy. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Arteta will get some offers if we are consistent enough at getting results and we end up winning the league. And he knows we have to win the league before West Ham as well. You know, we won today. Shocking performance. It was embarrassing. Boring as fuck. They'll blame the pitch, they'll blame the ball, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we've all heard it before, guys. I'm not hearing that. I'm not fucking hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Can't be, no. Can't be doing that shit. Not for me. Not for me, Rav. West Ham Brentford Cup draw. Oh yeah, after that game on Monday. All right, fair enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, both Premiership games on TNT tomorrow. I might be able to catch that. I might not. I'll definitely watch the highlights. I think Bath will do it because we've got better squad depth and we've got better quality. And even though we're away from home, like we should have won there last season, I believe, and we didn't. So yeah, great opportunity, great fucking opportunity, and we played them in the final last year as well. I was there, as you well know, Todd. So yeah, Chiefs v Saints. I'd say the Saints. Chiefs have been going downhill, bruv. Like they're not the team that they were. Great project. They were stinking it out, very effective, but they've been figured out a while ago. And they don't have the quality. I don't even believe that they have the funds like they used to go out and get players of real quality in each position that are versatile, adaptable, starters and finishers. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bath are moving serious, man. What phase is Johan van Gran in? Do you know what I'm saying? What phase is he in? We won the treble last year or last season. Either way, we're still in the hunt for the treble, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? We win the treble, bruv. Bath are the best club side in Europe. And if there was a club World Cup thing in rugby, we would compete against Super Rugby. What's that championship with the Safa teams and the Celtic teams? The United Championship, I believe. We'd be competing with them, but they compete in Europe as well, even the Safa team. So we'll be a match against anyone, especially with Finn Russell, bro. Like 50 points. 50 fucking points against France. No Grand Slam as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And in order for Scotland to win the championship, they've got to win. They've got to beat Ireland away from home in Dublin and get a bonus point as well, which is going to be tough, man. But I don't see England beating France. France fucked up. How could you score 40 and concede 50, bro? I know it was at Murrayfield, Edinburgh. I know it was at Scotland's backyard, but still, man, that's yeah. Ethan Stadden's going to the rivals. It is what it is. It is what it is. You got 4 tries and 4 conversions, Todd. 80 points to 7. Fair play, man. Fair play. It is a nice feeling when you batter another team. Do you know what I mean? I've been there. Not done it for a long time, but it is what it is. When one door closes, the other one opens. We're here for a reason. Trust the process, guys. you know what I'm saying, bro. Had a bit of Malibu. Love that shit. Good old 5%. And obviously the Wagwan for your bad self. I don't know if you can see. 16.7. Does the fucking job. I didn't think they'd sell it where I live, but they do. And to be honest, where I live, because I'm southwest, it's not far. I don't need to get to go far to get them tonics, bro. So it is what it is. Did you see the Chelsea-Liverpool game? I saw the Liverpool highlights. They beat Wolves. I had a feeling they would anyway. Routine performance, 3-0 up. They got one at the end. They shouldn't have conceded that, but the game was done anyway. The game was completely done by 3-0. You could argue it was done even by 2-0. Chelsea, I know they were 1-0 down to Wrexham. If Wrexham have won, then I'm not surprised. Fair play. Fair fucking play. I was like Lilt when I was a lad. Yeah, Lilt is banging, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I love Lilt as well. I haven't had it for time, but in terms of fizzy drinks, in terms of sodas, as the Yanks call it, you North Americans and that, Lilt, I would have to say, is number one for me. Number one. Before they changed the recipe, and I think it was around 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago or so, I had Lilt. They maybe even changed it before then, but the best Lilt that I ever had was when I was younger, a lot younger. Didn't have it that often. It was more Coke, Pepsi. Wasn't really a massive fan of Dr. Pepper, but as I got older, I had it like about 10 odd years ago. It was all right. It was all right, but obviously you got Fanta. But for me, Lilt was the one, brother. Streets will never forget that beverage, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Love that shit. Even a little bit of pina colada in it. The pineapple, white rum, and coconut, even though it's not written in that order. Nobody cares, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Chelsea beat Wrexham 4-2 after extra time. Wrexham actually led twice in normal time, but got picked back. They went down to 10 men before the end of the 90. I knew that Chelsea had won it by that. Yeah. It is what it is. I don't think Chelsea will win the FA Cup. Liverpool are more likely to win it. We're more likely to win it. As poor as we've been, really and truly, it's our cup. City as well, because if the game hasn't quite finished yet, I believe they're still 3-1 up. So yeah, they'll go through, and I'm not surprised. I thought they would go through anyway. So it is what it is. City have been worse in the league than in the cup competitions, to be honest. So a bit like Liverpool, City are more of a cup team this season. To be honest, we're more of a cup team this season, but we've just been the best of a bad bunch because this league is fucking dog shit. But you guys know my thoughts on that already. I wanted to see Wrexham go through. If they made the final, you'd have a man fight. I know it's Welsh. My Welsh sucks in it. I can't speak Welsh. I know a few people. I know a few Welsh people and all that, family, friends, and that. But yeah, at Wembley would have been wonderful. They can concentrate on getting another promotion. I have a sneaky feeling they will, and if they don't get it this year, they'll definitely get it next year. That's for damn sure. Wrexham will be in the Premier League in the next few years. That's for damn sure. I don't believe in guarantees, but it's as close as to a guarantee as you can get. The only way is up for them. Moving on up like Curtis Mayfield. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't discount City. They've been split. Yeah. Here's the thing. I discount Chelsea. I don't discount City when it comes to winning titles, winning cups. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas with Chelsea, under Maresca, I don't rate Maresca that highly, but he got a lot more out of that team that they've got now. This PE teacher, Matitz Rosner, Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO Merchant, bruv. There is no fucking way, there is absolutely no way that guy will win anything at Chelsea. He'll get them into Europe. That's the best he'll do. That's the best he'll fucking do. When it really mattered against us in the second leg, couldn't do it. We played for a draw. We were stinking it out as we usually do. He had no answer, bruv. No answer. We beat them again 2-1. We were actually worse when they went down to 10 men, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Wrexham will play Spurs. Yeah, I have a feeling they will. Not in terms of top six, but the whole top six is garbage anyway, man. It's a garbage thing. Like let's be honest, Aston Villa are a bigger club than Tottenham Hotspur, Everton, Leeds. And I've named 3 right off the bat. Do you know what I mean? If Newcastle had won more trophies in their history, definitely that league title, in that they really and truly, they should have gone back to back in 95, 96, 96, 97. So 95 to 97, Newcastle should have won back to back league titles. Manny knows what I'm talking about. Kevin Keegan settings. I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. You know what I'm saying? And City's Egyptian looks good. Oh, Marmouche. Yeah, he can do the thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very fun. Yeah. I hear it. Love the Queen reference, by the way. And spare thought for Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale. Oh, friends of Aaron, guys. Oh dear. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from Manchester City. Yeah. It is what it is, man. Like, the FA Cup just doesn't feel the same, and it hasn't for a very long time. I mean, I saw this clip of fucking Vinnie Jones. He doesn't rate VAR like I don't. Get rid of it. I think he's more aligned with my thinking in terms of goal line technology, but that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the VAR was meant to get all the decisions that the referees missed out on. But the problem is they pick and choose. And this happens across all leagues, but especially the Premier League, the PRMU League, bro. PROSIS. I was going to say the WEFs. The WEFs. The WEFs. The referees are worse than ever before, bro. They're much worse, bro. Without VAR, the refs were bad, but at least we could blame them. This screams of lack of accountability. And if you've lived in England for a long time or still do, like you guys in the chat, other than maybe the States in certain aspects, Canada, we are the worst country when it comes to taking accountability. No self-awareness, delusion, plucky losers, which is what I hate about this country, bro. The mentality more than anything. And I was born and raised here. I am born and raised here. I'm not used to this. I was raised different. Alibi. Excuse. Do you know what I mean, bro? That's what I heard from bummy ass fucking Borthwick in his post-match interview. He congratulated Italy, and rightly so. But again, we can all do that. So I'm not giving you props for that shit. That's more expected. I would do it. We'd all do it. But talking of which, let's go to that fucking horror show in Rome. Straight off the top of the dome like a metronome. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a poet and fully well know it. Best believe that. England deserved to lose, and we deserve to lose by more. I saw this was coming. I messaged Gianni earlier. He wasn't able to watch the game because he was at work, so it is what it is. Yeah. Italy held on. I think if they didn't force the passes as much as they did, we can't fucking defend, bro. Like Tommy Freeman, we need to have a fucking conversation, come. My lord, you are fucking bang average, bro. And that lanky cunt, bummy ass Borthwick, yeah. He's not that good as a winger. His best attributes are his height and his size. It's what these bitches and hoes lust after. That is it. He's for the cameras and shit. He is their archetype. No hate, no jealousy. It is what it is. But even with 2 shot knees, I'm a better rugby player than he will ever be, cunt. Ever be. I do not rate him. I don't care what anyone says. I don't fucking care. How that guy scammed 3 test caps for the Lions, the British and Irish Lions, beggars belief, bro. Absolutely beyond belief. It's one thing being good at club level. When you go to international level, and the Lions is a step or 2 above that at the very least, yeah? Mate, you were brought in for your great high balls and all of that. As being part of the back 3 as a winger, and you're now being moved into a makeshift centre like Matt Banahan. Todd, you'll know about this, being a Bath fan as well. You're not Matt Banahan, bro. You will never be Matt Banahan, bro. That guy had fundamentals, not just height, size, strength, and power, bro. You got strength, you got power. You know, you can finish the basics, but that's about it. That's about it. Every winger in world rugby, given the opportunity, can put the fool down. Could put the fool down. Yeah, he is a fucking fool and he needs to be put down. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like the wild horse, isn't it? It's done. It's dusted, bro. Any winger in world rugby could have finished that chance. Manny could do it. I could fucking do it. Still can to this day, bro. And it just goes to show when he's out wide, he knows what he's doing, bro. But again, not fucking good enough. Not fucking good enough. Atkinson, you drop Dingwall. He might be injured, he might not. I'm not aware of this. I think Ollie Lawrence was injured. Otherwise, he would have played him. Big up AFC 7, as always. Big up. I know you missed the Arsenal Mansfield sort of mini breakdown or whatever, but yeah, my attention is focused to Bummy ass Borthwick, and he needs to be potted 2 now, bruv. 2 now. Don't wait till the fucking summer. I want a new head coach before we go on summer tour. Do you know what I mean? I don't know where we're heading. It was Argentina last year because of the Lions going down under, getting all nice and wet and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's my thing, guys. That's my thing. Like Tommy Freeman, he's mad overrated. I don't rate him. Defensively, he's not the worst I've ever seen, but I don't even think he's that much better than Henry Arundel in defence, to be honest. And he's bigger and stronger, so I expect him to be good or competent, at least in defence. Roback, he got his try as well. He's all right, but again, he ain't good enough. He's better than Freeman in my eyes as a winger, out-and-out winger, for damn sure. Mueller kid, one of the better players, but yeah, I think under a different coach, maybe he can play on the right wing because I think he's better than Roebuck. And he's definitely better than Tommy Ash, fucking Fithouse cunt Freeman. Ben Spencer started today. Why didn't he start for the other games? And again, he's playing against his strengths. He don't play like this for Bath, innit? The way he plays for England, it's not the same when he's at Bath, bro. That's down to this fucking management. It's down to the backroom staff. It's down to bummy ass fucking Borthwick. Steve lanky cunt looking Borthwick, yeah? Scrubgate with a little bit of space of Arteta in there. But apparently, oh, I backed the players. Oh, I backed the players. So should we just sack Steve Borthwick and everything will be better? Yes, you fucking prick. I'm talking about James Haskell, for those that don't know, for the cheap seats in the back. James Haskell, what are you saying now, bro? What the fuck are you saying now, cunt? I've been saying it. I told you, motherfuckers, this guy ain't it. You were fooled by the semi-final against the Springboks. Oh, but we lost to the winners. We lost to the... Get fucked. Royally, cunt. I know he's very opinionated, and I'm not against that personally, but when you chat absolute bollocks and no one calls you up on it, yeah? I'll say it to his face. He's 6'5", built like an absolute shithouse, like fucking Tommy Ass Freeman. I'll say it to his face as well. They ain't going to do fuck all, bro. And I'm not that far away as well from RFU headquarters and shit like that. They can all get fucking told by me. You know what I'm saying? This is fucking unacceptable. Grassroots rugby on its fucking knees. You think we're too big to go down like Wales are? If it wasn't for Wales, we'd be bottom of the fucking Six Nations Championship, bro. France should have won the game tonight. I haven't even seen the game, but judging from the scoreline, they should have won that shit. How could you fucking have 40 points and lose 50, bro? 50. That game must have been a great fucking game. Either way. But England, bruv. England rugby, bruv. Rugby Football Union. En La Basura. Get in the bin. Get in the fucking bin, cunt. Along with bummy ass Borthwick as well. Useless dossers. Big shithouse useless dossers, bruv. The lot of them. The lot of them. Wigglesworth, you can fuck off too. What do you do? I don't know if Kevin Sinfield or whatever the fuck his name is, ex-rugby league, Leeds Rhinos and that. If he's still there, he can fuck off as well. You ain't doing shit, bruv. The other guy that's to the right of Borthwick, you can fuck off too. We need a reset at England Rugby. For me, the bulk of the players are not the issue. Finn Smith, I actually think he's a good player, but you're not fucking better than Marcus Smith in the 10. Nowhere near. He puts Marcus Smith at fullback, back once again. We've got Elliot Daly, who hasn't played any rugby for fucking ages, bro. Straight into fullback. When his best position is 13. Best position is 13. You're telling me we couldn't get another fucking fullback? Because I'm guessing Freddie Stewart out injured. Fairbanks, I believe, is injured as well, long term. I'm not sure what his injury is, but I haven't seen him play for a while. But if he is somehow fit, he would have been better because he's an actual fullback. Tom de Glanville, fullback. Treble winner, Tom de Glanville. And you just put Elliot Daly at centre. If you're going to bring Elliot Daly back, and it looked to me like he came back too soon. But regardless of that, one of the better players, and I've always rated him. But again, fullback is his second position, but when you come straight back from an injury, I believe it was his shoulder that he injured in the Lions tour, yeah? You can't thrust him into fullback just because Freddie Stewart ain't available. Go elsewhere. Tell Tom de Glanville to take a fucking flight. It's Rome, bruv. It's not halfway around the world, Australasia and that. Even South Africa, yeah? 7-8 hour flight. No, it's fucking 2 hours, bruv. 2 hours tops. You're telling me we couldn't have brought him in? Because he would have done better than Elliot Daly at fullback today. Play their players in their fucking right positions. Atkinson, I mentioned earlier. I don't think he's at the level. Not good enough. Ben Spencer is good enough. Should have been starting. But, you know, Alex Mitchell wasn't convinced before, but he's raised his levels. He bucked up his ideas. And, yeah, he earned the number one shirt scrum half for now. But I still think Ben Spencer offers more. And if you play to his strengths and you don't restrict him, and he's restricting all of these players, Borthwick, that fucking cunt, yeah? Yeah, he'll you know what I'm saying? But for me, we got issues, man. When it comes to the pack, you got Ellis Genge, rate him highly. Not his best game today. You got Luke Cowan-Dickey come off the bench and all of that. Ollie Chesham left on the bench. I wouldn't have done that. Him and Maro Tojo, they work. Do you know what I'm saying? That second row pairing, it works. Now, Guy Pepper. I would probably say, for us, man of the match. Got over the game line every single time. Slowed their ball down as often as we fucking could. And if it wasn't for the Simbin, Sam Underhill played well as well. Benel, he's world class. As much as I rate him, you're a great fucking back rower. But for me, you're not a world class number 8. You're a world class number 7. You're not a world class number 8. Unless you have like the freedom role, which I know Borthwick ain't giving no one, bro. No one. Do you know what I'm saying? We need an out and out number 8. We need Dommers, bro. Alex fucking Dombram. He's the only out and out number 8 of that caliber that we've got at this moment in time that I'm aware of. Because Billy Vanapola, he's been retired or done and all of that. Surplus to requirements, so to speak. Van Portfleet, Van Kickbox, Van injured all the time, and Van fucking crap, yeah? As soon as he came on, in my mind, the game's done. The game's fucking done, bro. Even Italy were trying to kickbox it a lot more and beat us at our game. They didn't beat it, but they fucking matched it. And they didn't even really need to try that hard to match it. They were shithousing it at the end because they were playing great rugby. They had bits and pieces here and there, trying to force it a bit too much, a few handling errors, but they deserved that win tonight, and they should have won by more. They definitely should have won by quite a bit more. I would say at least 12 points they should have won by, because the game was not that close. The game was not that close. We were shocking, bro. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I'm not taking away what Italy did. They deserved it, bro. But a proper coach with these players and not picking certain players that ain't fucking good enough, we beat that Italian side. We beat them. We beat them. This is the first time we've ever lost to them, yeah? The first fucking time. I messaged Gianni, earlier. He was like, England rugby shouldn't be losing to Italian rugby, yeah? It's a disgrace. He's absolutely right. He don't watch rugby like I do, just like I don't watch NFL like he does. And all the other American sports, NHL, baseball, basketball, NBA, and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That fucking useless cunt, bummy ass Borthwick, needs to fuck off now, bro. Now, yeah? You got the job on the technicality with no legend recommending you. RFU, brown envelope matrix mob. The lot of them. Full of shit. Narcissistic little dick pricks, bro. The lot of them. Pissing away money. Pissing away resources. And they honestly believe that what's happening to WRU, the Welsh Rugby Union, can't happen to them. Oh, but it's England. This is England. We've got too much money. Oh, yeah, I bet you have, cunt. You greedy fucking bastards. You greedy ass fucking bastards. The lot of you. The lot of you, cunt. Yeah? The lot of you. There is no fucking way Jose Enrique, big up YG, yeah, that we should be in this position. There have been times in the last 20 years we've been shit, yeah? But my fucking God, I've never seen it this bad. I've never seen it this bad. But apparently I'm overreacting, yeah? What's his face? Stuart Lancaster. You know, Stuart Lancaster didn't even get England out of the group, the Rugby World Cup, in our own backyard. Yeah. That was a media frenzy, bro. Because he picked a player from Rugby League, playing him in the wrong fucking position. Destroyed team morale, and he fucking lost his heads, and the players were a fucking shambles then as well. But you think this crop of players won't do the same thing? And to be honest, they'll do it worse, bro. They'll do it worse, because we beat Fiji, we beat Uruguay, we lost to Wales and Australia in that group. I remember it well. We hang on, let me fucking, I'll get to the comments shortly. Let me double check the because I know the Rugby World Cup groups have already been done. The draw was done like last year, I believe. Right. Okay. So there's basically 6 pools, aka 6 groups, pool A to F, and it kind of reminds me of the 1999 Rugby World Cup. The only difference is there's 4 more teams. It's just about fucking time. So in pool A, you got New Zealand, Australia, Chile, and Hong Kong, China, and the All Blacks and the Wallabies, basically. South Africa, Italy, Georgia, and Romania in Pool B. The Springboks, Italy, Georgia, and Romania. Argentina, Los Pumas, Fiji, Spain, and Canada in Pool C. Ireland, Scotland, Uruguay, and Portugal, Pool D. Pool E, France, Japan, America, USA, and Samoa in Pool E. And then England in Pool F have got Wales, Tonga, and Zimbabwe. We've got a fucking easy group, pretty much. But if Wales get their shit together from now till the World Cup, bro, don't be surprised if they pull an upset. We struggle to beat Tonga and Zimbabwe as well. Do not be surprised. Stranger things have happened in this Rugby World Cup, and they've probably formatted it like that, even though it is a better format, and I agree with it. But at the same time, if bummy ass Borthwick makes another fucking tournament, he'll get out of the group in spite of his lanky cunty ass. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm done. Ran over pretty much. Let's get back to the comments now. Okay. Money. I was blessed enough to watch England's campaign in the World Cup where we looked pretty good and we did very well to reach the semis. Seems like, yeah. You got away with that. Now you see what I see, Manny. Do you know what I'm saying? You got away with that. Big time. Mate, given the relativity, short height, 5'8", I'd be more at home than as a scrum half. But I see, yeah. I hear it. And I think you've got to give Scotland credit because they knew they had a chance to try and make history, and they did. They're now close to an unlikely title resurgence, if you will. Yeah, Scotland I've rated. And bearing in mind, they lost the first game to Italy as well. See, this Six Nations I knew was going to be the most competitive in terms of outside of Wales. I say unlikely teams, but it's only unlikely if you either haven't watched rugby regularly for a while or if you're new to it and you've had a little refresher, not even refresher, like a quick summary of rugby history. Rugby 101 come. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's get into this shit. Scotland lost to Italy, first game of the championship. And beat us, beat Wales, now beating France. They beat Ireland, score 4 tries. They fucking throw the kitchen sink. And if they do that, because Ireland haven't been great, their defence is nowhere near as bad as ours, but it's nowhere near as good as it was before the last couple of years or so. But especially last year, because man like Andy Farrell got exposed on that Lions tour. One step too far for you, Sunshine. Do you know what I'm saying? And now your form has suffered with Ireland. You're always going to get beaten by France anyway. We know that. I still have a feeling France will win the championship, but I wouldn't be surprised if Scotland beat Ireland. But they have to get a bonus point. Because I don't see us losing to France and they don't get 4 tries or more. We'll probably get battered by France. We don't have the quality. Our defense ain't good enough. And after the result tonight, they'll want another championship because we beat them last season. You know, probably the best performance under Borthwick. But again, it's more down to the players. It's in spite of his useless shithouse, lanky dosser ass. Do you know what I'm saying? Can't stand the fucking cunt. You guys know it anyway. I'm no rugby tactico, but I can definitely say that playing fly halves or wingers at fullback is a recipe for disaster. Absolutely spot on. They're specialist positions. It's all well and good having versatility, but you need to have experience. You've got to be match sharp. You got to have a run of games, continuity, more so in rugby than football because it is a technical sport. It's not easy to pick up rugby. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of knowledge of the game, you can pick it up if you're a winger. You can pick it up if you're a number 8 to a certain degree. Mainly winger. Winger's like the easiest position to learn as a newbie. It is easy, but the older you get, you have to learn and understand that sometimes you've got to drop back. But again, that's up to the coaches to give you the right guidance. And our coaching system, coming from the RFU and the Premiership, is not up to scratch. It's gone down. Similar to the FA and the Premier League, that's gone way down. Just the standards ain't there no more. Tom de Glanville, son of England and Bath legend, Phil, absolutely, bro. You know your history, and so do I, my friend. City are through, yep. You don't want to draw them? I hear it. But to be honest, if we draw City, I would welcome it, bro. I would welcome it. These players, these groggy-ass players, albeit, need a kick up the ass. Big time. Big fucking time. Be interesting with the next week in the final round. Oh, yeah, it does make it very interesting because Scotland have to score a winning bonus point, score 4 tries or more to give themselves a great chance of winning the championship, while at the same time trying to keep it as tight as they possibly can at the back. But they're not as good defensively as Ireland. So Scotland just need to throw the kitchen sink, get the bonus point, and then find a way to win the game. That's their best bet. Because France are going to beat England. France are going to beat us. They will batter us, bro. And they will get their winning bonus point. They will definitely get their bonus point. I've never been as sure as anything in my life. We are not beating them in Paris, bro. They don't travel as well in recent times. They're not as consistent as they should be, but trust me, and best believe that. They've been getting their mojo back for a number of years. And back to basics, rugby heritage, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The identity of the nation. It's like Brazil. Brazil is all about flair, samba, football. They lost that a long time ago. Do you know what I'm saying? After Neymar nearly got paralysed in the quarterfinal against Colombia, Brazil have never recovered. Never recovered. And now with Rodrigo out, they need Neymar more than ever, bruv. And they're fucked. With or without Don Carlo. But I'd still take him at Arsenal, do you know what I'm saying, over this manager, because Don Carlito will rest these players. He will rest these players. He'll get rid of the deadwood and he'll bring the other players in. And it will be light training for pre-season. And he'll understand that the players will be fitter as the season goes on. But the performances will be a lot better and we'll be playing better football anyway. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, apparently I don't know ball, but I know that much. But anyway. Yeah, so these are all the big teams. City, Chelsea, Liverpool, the Asna. Yeah. I hear that. Good evening, Rav. Do you know what I'm saying? 3 likes. Make sure you keep smashing them likes. Tell you what I'm going to do. Right here, right now, Fatboy Slim Settings, put the link out. Been going for nearly an hour. I can go for a bit longer. And then I'm going to watch Beastars on Netflix. If you haven't seen that show on Netflix, or if you don't have Netflix, there are other sites available that you can watch it for free. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but if I knew them by heart, I wouldn't say it on here. Message me in the private chat, or message me on Insta at NatsterOfficial, same as my YouTube. Go like and subscribe. Back once again for the Renegade Master people. Do you know what I'm saying, bruh? This is what we're on, man. This is exactly what we're on. We're on real shit. We speak the truth. I can't remember who commented, had like a purple avatar or something, after I'd done the match action for the England-Ireland game, which was an absolute shit show as well. They should have completely destroyed us. They should have put 50 points past us. But because they didn't, and they haven't been that great, oh, it's okay. Oh, we should get behind the players, guys. If we sack Steve Borthwick, it's not going to get any better. So basically, you're admitting that we have problems, but you're coming across like we don't have fucking problems. Haskell, you're a next level fucking cunt, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Attention whore, bro. But talking of the complete opposite, he's actually a very courteous, articulate gentleman. Big up, Manny, back once again for the Renegade Master. What are your thoughts on everything that I have said so far at today's events, both rugby
Well, first of all, I just want to say, oh Christ, I hear an echo.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, now that's fine. I think it's settled now. So, first of all, I want to say thank you very much indeed for inviting me to also talk a bit about rugby, because I'll be honest with you, I used to enjoy watching rugby when I was much younger, obviously living in the UK, and I remember, you know, on Grandstand we used to have these Five Nations games.
I love Grandstand. I miss it. Sorry to cut you off, Manny, but I fucking love Grandstand. I miss it. A lot of things. But yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Me too. That was sporting television, really at its finest and at its most groundbreaking, and you'd get the best of everything. You know, you have tennis from Wimbledon, FA Cup games, also Six Nations clashes on a Friday. It was just, sporting television excellence in excelsis, as I've said. But, as we all know, life has to move on, and we have to find a way to, go on without it. But, it was funny. I came in and I was hearing you sort of doing that sort of ranting against those people who say that we have to stick with Steve Borthwick. They're almost, in a way, like the Arteta sexuals who, because as you say, there are some problems, but you can't, but they just can't seem to be willing to cut the cord with what they know better. And that's really all the more maddening. There are better coaches out there. And Borthwick primarily was summoned to do a rebuilding job after Eddie Jones just, destroyed everything. But, once he had fulfilled his brief, surely he would have been, humble enough to say, now is the time for a new coach to take the team forward, especially after, England reached the semi-finals, and it was a wonderful way for the likes of Danny Kerr and Ben Youngs and others to end their international careers. Now, with an opportunity to move into the future, you employ a better coach if Borthwick wasn't really going to be it. I just think, Borthwick probably got a bit too starry-eyed, and I do vaguely remember him as a player for England. I just think, he hasn't done himself any favours the way things have gone, I would say.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, for me, what you're saying about Haskell, Echo Tyndall in that, and then you've got Alex Payne as the presenter of The Good, the Bad, and the Rugby. It's actually a good podcast, but there's certain things that I disagree with. And it's very Curry's PC world, as I call it, politically correct, for the cheap seats in the back. But it's also very elitist. Do you know what I'm saying? James Haskell, yes, we know you came from private school education and all of that, went through the ranks, played for Wasps and all of that shit, got your England gig, cool. And you were a very good player. 2016 was prime time James Haskell. I hear it. I'm not saying you were a shit player, but at the same time, have a bit of fucking respect for the fans, bro. Moaning, complaining about, why did the fans leave her? Because they've had enough, bro. We're not fucking idiots. We weren't born yesterday. This shit ain't good enough, bro. We know with the RFU and everything else surrounding it, the Premiership, that if we continuing with Borthwick, Bummy ass Borthwick, and this setup, because I believe for the most part the players are good enough, but it's just there's certain players that aren't that Borthwick picks that other coaches wouldn't pick. That's my fucking issue. It's a management issue. It's a hierarchy issue. There's always been a hierarchy issue. But But you leave it long enough, you're going to end up like Wales. And if it wasn't for Wales, we'd be rock. I think Italy have been the highest they've ever been. And what is it? They've got Wales next weekend at home. They'll beat them. They'll fucking beat them. Might not be by a lot, but they'll beat them. Trust me, they will beat them. They'll rest, they'll recuperate, they'll enjoy it, and they'll be buoyed by tonight. Rightly so, by the way. Wales are in freefall, bro. Wales are in freefall. You think that won't happen to us? You think we're too big for that shit? I will tell you right here, right now, back to slim settings. We are not, bro. We are not. Because a lot of them players that I saw out there today, yeah, they look void of ideas. They look downtrodden. They were fed up, bro. A lot of the fans, fed up, bro. The problem is, and I know you know this, Manny, because you understand the rugby culture, that there's a difference between rugby and football. Rugby is far less volatile. The fans are way more passive. They're not as direct. They're not as vocal. It's more so these days than ever before. But it's kind of been like that even back in the day, you know, compared to football. Football was a lot worse. But even back in the day, we still had standards. Do you know what I'm saying? We just had a different way of showing it. But these days, it's all on the process. Trust the process and all of that. Trust Bummy ass Borthwick because he lost the winners of the Rugby World Cup, innit? The last winners of the reigning champions in the semis, bruv. You got lucky. We should have lost to fucking Samoa in the fucking group stages, bruv. We could have easily lost to Fiji in the quarters, and you know how inconsistent they are. They turn up against the big teams. They're slacking when it comes to the teams that are lesser than them, that we know that they are better than. Like Portugal.
I know.
Great Portugal.
Yeah, but Danny Kerr actually saved us against Fiji, if memory serves me right. And that was the same Fiji team that knocked out Eddie Jones's Australia in the group stage. So inconsistent they might have been, but, you know, we knew that they had some talent. And obviously, you know, they're a team that's more or less brought up on the sevens culture, and their sevens players are absolutely out of this world. But, yeah, I mean, you know, they're not bad when it comes to transitioning to the 15-player game. And then, of course, you've got Argentina, who have also made some brilliant strides, having made, I think it was consecutive semi-finals now in the World Cup. I think they're now 3-time semi-finalists, and before they were usually a nation that used to be more famous for their football, the other kind, soccer. But now in rugby, they've also advanced. So you've got some valid fears that we may be falling by the wayside a little bit. And as you also said, rugby isn't really that much of a money spinner compared to football or even cricket, because cricket, of course, has an identity as being, you know, England's national summer game, with football being the winter game. Rugby just sort of come in, and it was normally, I wouldn't even know if you would necessarily call rugby a working class sport, despite some appeal.
Oh, it's definitely upper class now.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Past 20, 30 years, middle class at the lowest. But it's not lower than that. It's not lower than that. And that's the problem. If they respected and catered more, because for me, I'm not saying there's no racism in rugby, but there is a class issue. Ellis Genge made that point to Simon Jordan, because I saw that interview. He's absolutely spot on. Coming from Bristol, more of a footballing background, and he's done impeccably well for us. And again, one of the better players today, but again, like, there's only so much you can do. Yes, we were poor in the scrums, but it's notoriously have always had great scrummages, like Patrick Giovanni and all of them ones there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's a class issue. It's not so much a colour thing, especially nowadays. It's more of a class issue. It's always been a class issue, especially in this country. And until we get away from that shit, yeah, rugby will suffer, because they don't have the money like football. Football is going the other way where rugby was. Do you know what I'm saying? Rugby was more upper class, closed shop, and it suffered in growth worldwide because of it. Football went down the working class. It's gone away from that now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If rugby, someone at IRB, at RFU, and all of them other fucking what you call it, federations and that, yeah, they need to buck up their fucking ideas, yeah. Because I'm not saying rugby will ever be as big as football or cricket, but rugby should be a much, much bigger sport than it is. even now.
Oh, you bet. And you take a look as well
years ago.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you take a look as well as at some of the Southern Hemisphere countries. New Zealand and South Africa have 5 World Cups between them. Yeah. But the biggest problem you will see with the New Zealanders, they have some fairly strict rules which state that, once you leave New Zealand to earn money playing in leagues elsewhere, you can't be considered to play for the All Blacks again. So even some of the best internationals are sort of torn between wanting to stay and do well for their country and realizing, the careers are short, life is short, we've got to earn enough dosh to, make a living. It's a bittersweet symphony. You're a slave to the money, you make ends meet, and then you eventually pass away. The verb settings, if you will. Even South Africa aren't exactly, immune to those issues because many of their players also, end up moving to England or other countries to try and earn a bit more money, even the captain internationals. And you also know quite well that quite a few South Africans have made their way into the British game, the likes of Duan van der Merwe playing for Scotland, and of course Jack van Borthwick for England and a few others. So, you take a look at World Rugby, there is a huge financial issue that's sort of affecting quite a lot of countries, including some of these powerhouses, if you will. So the biggest issue is, I just don't, and it seems to be suffering in many ways from, I don't know what it is. It is definitely a lack of revenue. But if you, as a passionate fan, as someone who loves the game, I mean, I love the game, but definitely not as much as you do. How do you see the problem being solved so that these nations will not see too many threats to their, to their home game, their first-class game, if you will? How can we solve these problems of financial viability? I mean, Wales could very well be almost wiped off the map at this point.
Yeah. Just first and foremost, buddy, I think I've figured out, I think it might be your fan. If possible, if you could either put it to a lower setting or just turn it away from the mic.
I've switched it off. I've switched it off. There's full clarity now.
I understand, you're on the other side of the world, and I'm sure it's pretty hot and humid where you are. So I'd just say
not really on the other side. I'm sort of halfway there.
Halfway.
I mean,
Okay.
my time difference is 5.5 hours, 4.5 during daylight savings. But anyway, so. Yeah, so you've seen my question. When even these powerhouses are suffering from these financial issues, what would you say from the outside looking in can possibly be done? Because, Wales is definitely in danger of being wiped off the map at this rate. And if Wales goes, I mean, I fear for the game across the British Isles too.
Oh, 100%. For me, the biggest and best thing that we could do is improve grassroots, improve school level rugby, improve club rugby at the lowest level. All age groups, women's rugby as well, they all need to improve, innit? Women's rugby has actually come a long way. Not as much as women's football, but women's rugby I rate higher, personally, for me. In my opinion, I think women's rugby is better. It's better to watch, but it's still a long way to go. But for me, when you brought up about the All Blacks, New Zealand, where they've had this rule and they still have it to this day, I hear it. But they are rugby, just like how Brazil are football, but they've lost their identity. New Zealand are not there yet, but they've had sticky patches, losing to Argentina here and there. We beat them and all of that. I think for me, we've adapted this rule for so long, thinking that we're just as good as the All Blacks. We're not. Not historically, and definitely not for the past few years. We're nowhere near that level. They've dropped levels, but even then, we're still nowhere near that. Mainly because of how we're run as a country. The establishment, the federations, the backroom staff, the management, Borthwick at the helm, it's an absolute shit show. And when you have fucking cunts like Haskell and that can't see the bigger picture, that have their elite tinted glasses on, it doesn't help the situation. Those are the types of people that Ellis Genge was talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if Ellis Genge, retired today and he had his say on it, it wouldn't be that far off from what me and you are saying. More so, especially what you're saying, because you say it in a nicer way. I don't. It's definitely not rugby-like. And even football, it's still frowned upon. In this day and age, anyway. But, for me, the way we solve it is grassroots. Go back to basics, fundamentals. reset. Do you know what I'm saying? Get rid of that rule in this country where if you play overseas, mainly in France, but that can also include Japan, Super Rugby as well, United Championships if you want to play in South Africa, if you want to play in Ireland or, well, that is going to be Wales, but Ireland and Scotland mainly now. But even Wales, if you want to include them into it, like Italy for sure now. Like, if you play for one of them teams, you can't play for England. I think it's a load of bollocks because we've missed out on some quality players over the years because of that dumb ass fucking rule. The only exception was Johnny Wilkinson. Now, he deserves that exception, but at the same time, he wasn't the only one that was justified in that. Stephen Armitage was World Rugby Player of the Year, I think, in 2011, but he was playing for Toulon at the time. Could have made the Rugby World Cup squad, but because of the ruling, he was ineligible. Like, how many more times? How far do we have to go to realise that that's all bullshit? What the Springboks did, they changed it because they had it at one point and then they reverted it. They changed it. And look at them now, bruv. Number one in the world, reigning world champions. They won their last Lions Tour series. Granted, it was in COVID. Australia gave us a fucking good-ass tour. I knew they would. But you see, Australia, they're moving levels now with all of their fucking problems. We're in a worse situation than the Wallabies right now. I never thought that would be the case. They've always had quality, but their biggest issue was losing players to the NRL, Rugby League, and obviously Aussie rules. That was their biggest issue. With us, outside of football and cricket, but even then, we've never really had an issue in terms of talent or lack of players with any real quality, fundamentals, do you know what I'm saying, that can make the jump to international level. We've never had that issue. It's always been a hierarchy issue, first and foremost, and then the management. From the top down, like racism and all of that other shit, all forms of discrimination pretty much, do you know what I'm saying? It all stems from the top down, never down up, or middle down up, whatever, do you know what I'm saying? That, to answer your question, Manny, is the biggest problem. If that still persists, it's going to get worse. It is going to get worse because we're going to end up only beating Wales because they're that fucking bad, bro. We played them. That's where you mentioned. Exactly. It's not the end of the world. Apparently, it's not the end of the world, according to that narcissistic prick shithouse Haskell. It's not the end of the world. I back the players. I'm not saying the players are shit. I'm saying the management is shit, bro. But you think that's a non-issue, clearly. You're not going to call out the RFU because you'll lose your fucking shekels or whatever, yeah? Your brown envelope matrix and all of that from the RFU. They don't get as much as the Premier League and the FA, but it's still a good amount. It keeps you going. Do you know what I'm saying? Do anything for a pound note, these fucking dickheads, bro. I'm sick of them. Go on, Manny, before I just completely lose my tricks. I've had enough of these motherfuckers.
No, it's all right. I mean, like, listen, I love the passion, and I love being able to talk to you about this. And of course, you know, everything you said. I mean, you mentioned Wales as well. Even they had a rule, and they sort of relaxed it to an extent to make sure that they'd get their experienced players playing overseas able to represent Wales. But now, ever since you know, that last World Cup, of course, where, you know, Warren Gatland pretty much, I think Gatland pretty much, you know, was his coming back to manage Wales was not really the best thing because when Wales were at their best under him, he had an excellent core of, you know, senior experienced players. But now, of course, when you lose that leadership, it's not easily replaced. And I feel a lot for guys like Jack Morgan and Derry Lake. And, you know, I think Dafford Jenkins also was another young bloke who had the captaincy. When you ask those young guys to try to, you know, pick up the slack and try to expect them to work miracles, you know, that's not really fair. You can't expect some really young captains to do the job. I mean, with all due respect, they're no Will Carling, they're no Sam Warburton, although I never really rated him as much, and there's certainly no Will Carling either. But you know, there are some problems of you know, leadership, and not when it comes to the players, but also, as you mentioned, with the hierarchy. It is quite awful, and you just wonder where it's going to end in many ways. And I do fear, especially, and yeah, this post there from Todd saying Dave Rennie is their new head coach. I think even that New Zealand team, which also was quite lucky to recover from a horrible shellacking against France to make the final against South Africa. I mean, they lost by a point. You could say that that was down to, you know, rugby heritage. But if they once they lose a lot of their more experienced players, like the Barretts and Surveyor and a few others, they're also going to struggle a great deal. So, you know, there has to be.
They lost. Was it TJ Perenara and all of that? Like, it's. You know what I'm saying? Kieran Reid. You know, like there's a lot.
Kieran Reid was a long time ago, but I'll tell you, Aaron Smith, that bloke was a baller. I saw him in that World Cup.
Oh yeah, Aaron
obviously,
Smith,
he was amazing.
World class. They still got Damien McKenzie outside of Bowden Barrett. They're the two star boys, isn't it? Of all black rugby, pretty much. Surveyor as well, of course. He's an absolute unit, but he's mad techie, bro. And his brother, even though he didn't play for the All Blacks that much, he basically won it all. I know we shared the Lions series in New Zealand. That was a great tour, by the way. Even though Rob Howley, like, what the fuck was he doing as coach? Even Sean O'Brien came out and said, like, he was useless. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was part of the Welsh coaching staff with Gatlin for Wales after that. Do you know what I'm saying? For a bit. Like you mentioned, Rob Gatlin didn't help. Rob Howley didn't help at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Alan Wynne-Jones, they've not found a suitable replacement. Adam Beard's good, but he's not on the level of Alan Wynne-Jones. Do you know what I'm saying? Sam Warburton, I've always rated highly. I know he's more of a breakdown expert, but again, I would say he's world class personally. Justin Tipuric, I say he has more to his game. Definitely world class. They had what is it? George North. Alex Cuthbert was a good player. Like Dan Bigger. Like they've lost a lot of experienced heads. Do you know what I mean? And when you don't replace them with quality and you don't have the management in the background doing the business, you're going to struggle. But the WRU it's been a long time coming. But the RFU, we're next, bruv. We're next. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect. Like to be honest, it's getting to a point where we'll probably have to beg the British government, like the English government, we're gonna have to beg Downing Street to bail us out, bruv. Beg fucking what's her face, Kate Middleton and that, being what, president of the RFU or whatever the fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna have to be begging her and that, the royal family, and to bail us out. Whereas Wales don't have that. They don't have Princess Diana and all of that to bail them out because she's been long gone. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, tragic and that. But still, like it's an absolute shambles. The reason why I'm so passionate about this, Manny, and everyone else in the chat, big up, 5 live viewers and all that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Is because I've played the game for years. I've played with and against Premiership and international level players. A few of them went to my school, bro, that have represented their country multiple times as well. So I'm no stranger to seeing quality up front and personal. Do you know what I'm saying? I know what it takes to make it. I just didn't make it. It's one of them ones. You know, I've spoken to Guns about it and even Aaron backstage, but it's just like, for me, right, my issue for the longest has never been the players. It's been the management. It's been the federation. The RFU, I would argue, if they had as much money, if not more, than the FA and the Premier League, are bigger crooks. They are bigger crooks, bruv. They're just crooks with less money. They're an absolute shambles. And for the good and the rugby, the good, the bad, and the rugby, the good, the bad, and let's back the RFU to the hilt more like. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they'll lose their brown envelope matrix and all that shit back once again and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Renegade Master things, yeah?
Yeah.
They won't call it out, bro. And to be fair, there's actually some rugby channels, obviously English rugby, but also Welsh, like Squidge. I rate Squidge, very knowledgeable. he must be tearing his hair out and all that. I noticed he's lost some hair follicles watching Wales and shit. I hear it, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Down bad. There's like another Welsh rugby podcast as well. The Egg Chasers and that, big up to them. It's like they'll point it out, but they're not as vigorous as I am. Do you know what I'm saying? They won't hit them where it hurts like I do, and I'm just a tiny little channel in comparison. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's the problem. If there was a channel even remotely like mine with that vigor that got the numbers, trust me, RFU have a media team, and if they don't, they'll employ other people from elsewhere, you know, third-party settings and all of that, and then report back to them. They see my shit, bruv. And more rugby fans, English fans, whatever club you support, yeah, more and more of them are going to see my shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Because when Bath win the Premiership again, and we will, we're looking good in Europe. Premiership Cup, we didn't start well, but we're on for a treble, bruv. We're on. Never mind Arsenal, the Asta being on for a quad. We're on for the treble. We got the mini treble last season. I was at the Premiership final in June last season. One of the hottest day. I think it was the hottest day of the year, actually. Lovely fucking day. Got a little tan in my tight bath top. Do you know what I'm saying? Loved it. Todd was there. Didn't see him. It is what it is. But yeah, man. It's like, for me, you know, there are a lot of issues. There are a lot of fucking issues, but they see me, bro, and there's going to be a lot more people like me that call out this fucking bullshit with England rugby, that call out James Haskell, because we know he loves the attention. He's an attention-seeking whore, and he loves the pound note as well, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, he's doing his DJ thing, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, thinking he's the dog's bollocks and that. You ain't all that. If you make a bit of money here and there, cool. Making money, that's fine. But when it comes to rugby, yeah, when you should know fucking better, yeah, you can be the Ricky Gervais of rugby all you want, yeah. When you're wrong, mate. When you're wrong, you're fucking wrong, and you're wrong to question the fans for leaving, bro. How fucking dare you, cunt? How fucking dare you? Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The more I hear about Haskell, the more he sounds exactly like these so-called Arsenal legends who have now become mouthpieces for the
Martin
club.
Keown, Ray Parlour, righty as well. Not as much recently, but you get the gist of it. James Haskell is the mouthpiece for RFU. You heard it first. Exclusive. Talk Sport. Breaking news. Yeah? James Haskell is an RFU representative. He's got multiple catch. Look, I'm not saying he's a shit player. He was a shit player. He never was. Martin Keown is an Arsenal legend. Ray Parlour is an Arsenal legend. Wright is an Arsenal legend. They're sellouts, bruv. That's what they all have in common. They're fucking sellouts. Pound note. They're in it for the pound note. James Haskell will do anything for a fucking pound note. He's that fucking guy, bruv. You can say he's very opinionated. Oh, he's this. That's why I like him. No. You're being blinded. You're being blinded by the PRO says at RFU, bruv. England rugby. Fucking shambles. What is it going to take for us to not qualify out of the easiest group we've ever been in, bruv? Zimbabwe, Tonga, and Wales, bruv. Unless Wales get their shit together, and even then we'll be expected to qualify, bruv. Top the group.
Oh, Wales.
For me, that's a shamble.
I don't know if you remember 2015 when I think we were hosting the World Cup and we had Wales in our group and we lost to them at home. I mean, you know, if history were to repeat itself in that way, that would be absolutely disastrous. At least you could say that Wales team, you know, was world class back then, even under Gatland. But now, given that they're in such a shambles, you know, it's not inconceivable that they will get out of this mess. I agree, but then there's no way that you know, we could even countenance losing to them. That would be absolutely disastrous in every single way possible. You can't have two breaking jobs, one based overseas. I think Todd's taking the mickey there.
I know, but I'm here for it, bruv. Bummy ass fucking Borthwick needs to be sacked now, bruv. As X would say, now, bruv. Not tonight, not tomorrow after breakfast. Now, bruv. Now, bruv. I'm not waiting till the summer after the summer tour's been an absolute shit show. Oh, but we were expected to like. Trust me, the RFU are the same kinds of fucking pricks. Yeah, I can barely speak. That's how fucking livid I am with this shit. Yeah, they're the same type of cunts, right? That will fucking wait till the Rugby World Cup, and then when it fails, because it will fail, then they move on from him. No, you should do it now, bruv.
Exactly.
Years ago, he should have been sacked a few years ago, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
The ironic thing is that, you know, we moved on quickly from Eddie Jones before the World Cup because things had gotten so bad. There's no reason why Borthwick shouldn't get the same treatment, right?
100%. Borthwick is worse. As much as I couldn't stand Eddie Jones, at least Eddie Jones had credit in the bank, bro. He had credit in the fucking bank. At least he's got to a World Cup final. At least he's won a Grand Slam, bro. A Six Nations title. Has Borthwick won that? No, he hasn't, bro. Yeah? Oh, we beat New Zealand. Stuart Lancaster beat New Zealand. Look what happened 3 years later. 2012, we beat the All Blacks. 3 years later, what happens? We didn't even qualify out of our fucking group. All we had to do was beat Wales, bro. Australia were the second best team in the world. I hear it. Even the best coaches would struggle to beat them, home or away. I hear it, bro. But Wales, even though they were good, they were beatable, bro. All we had to do was get 1 point, bro. 1 fucking point against Wales. We would have got through in it to the quarterfinals. But no. And it was an absolute shit show with the Sam Burgess and all that coming from Rugby League, NRL. You know the story. I'm sure you're aware of the story, Manny. But yeah, you think that can't happen again? Rugby teams, national teams have got a lot better. Every year they're getting better. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do.
Ass mentality will bite us in the ass next year. In 18 months' time, watch. Do not be surprised if we lose to Wales and they cause an upset. Do not be surprised if Tonga give us a hard time and we struggle to beat them. Zimbabwe as well, bro. And it's been a long-ass time since they've been at a Rugby World Cup. Best believe. Do you know what I'm saying? If we stick with this fucking manager, this fucking useless tosser-ass head coach, do you know what I'm saying? With the RFU fuckers, bootlickers, brown envelope matrix and all that shit, do you know what I'm saying? You think that won't happen? You think we're too big to go down? Look at Tottenham, bruv. They're going down. They thought they were too big to go down. So did Leeds. They're all going to see the same fate if this keeps carrying on, bro. Yeah? The sporting gods, the footballing gods, or the rugby gods in this particular case, they have spoken, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
The rugby gods have spoken, bro. If it is true that New Zealand have a new head coach and Razor Robertson is no longer there, get him right now, bro. Watch us go up levels with Robertson, bro. I don't care if he break dances. He's a million miles better than Bummy Borthwick. A million miles better. Million miles better. He was coaching the Barbars. Joe Marler was like, that's the best coach I've ever played under. The best coach, bruv.
Wow.
That's mad. That's mad. Bring him into the RFU. Bring him over to Twickenham right now, bruv. Right here, right now. Fat Boy Slim settings, bruv.
I think you're telling me that the All Blacks made a bit of a mistake getting rid of Robbo, eh?
100%. But here's the thing. All Blacks have quality, but they do take the eye off the ball here and there. A lot more so in recent times. More so with management in recent times than players. But they have done it with players in the past, yeah? That's why they weren't winning Rugby World Cups or getting far as they should have done. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you bet.
They're all thereabouts every year. But they weren't because they made some bullshit decisions. But again, why do they keep being successful? Why did they rectify it in 2011? Not just because they hosted it, because of fucking accountability. Accountability is the best ability, not availability. I don't care if Borthwick turns up 2 hours before he's meant to, yeah? I don't care, bruv. It's quality, not quantity, bruv, yeah? The highest paid people, yeah? They're not the best workers. They're not the best trainers. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't mold them into just being your average worker, with all due respect, yeah? They're not 9-to-5ers. They're not the guys that you offload the majority of the work, Harold and Kumar settings. do all the fucking spreadsheets, do all of this and all of that in corporate. Do you know what I mean? No, they're the trailblazers, bro. They're the ones that think way and far beyond the horizon. They're the creatives, bro. They think differently. They move differently. Oh, but Razor Robinson's a great coach, but he break dances. It's not in line with the culture. Since when the fuck did you care about the culture? When did you care about the culture? Yeah? This is what I'm saying about this elitist ass mentality. You don't care about winning, bro. You don't care about winning, Haskell. Because
I'll tell. Yeah.
One fucking championship or one Grand Slam, yeah, and you got to the final of the Rugby World Cup, and you weren't playing for that much longer at international level, yeah. What's his face? I think he might have retired before then, but either way, at international. Owen Farrell. I've always had a gripe with that narcissistic little prick. I see right through his bullshit, bro. Oh, I'm from Wigan. Oh, I'm very humble. I'm like, get fucked. I see right through it, bro. Haskell wanting to be your mate, yeah, and you're trying to palm it off with this like kind of banterish and all of that, yeah. You two deserve each other, mate. You two go make out in the corner for all I care. I'm honestly, man, I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Owen Farrell should have retired years ago, before it was beyond reasonable doubt from anyone's mind, including if Borthwick found a way to keep his job and bring back Owen Farrell in a heartbeat, he would do it. He would do it. George Ford as well. I actually like the guy. I actually think he's very humble. But as we saw against Scotland at international level, his time's done. Tom Curry, his time's done. I rate both them players. Owen Farrell, for me, mad fucking overrated. Defensively, he ain't all that. He's 6'2" in a shithouse, and the only thing that he excels at is goal kicking. If his goal kicking was nowhere near as good as it was, yeah, he would have not got that many caps or points for England. Trust me, bro. And Andy Farrell had a massive hand in that, especially for the Lions, bro. No one can convince me otherwise. And he even got questioned on tour, bro, or before that, with the favoritism. And Andy Farrell's trying to, it's nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it. Is it fuck? Do I have dickhead on my forehead? Do I actually have dickhead on my forehead? We are not born yesterday. We know what the crack is, prick. You narcissistic fucking shithouse, yeah? We know what the crack is, yeah? You gave your son an elongated career. Just accept it. Just be honest, bruv. Oh, I did the best for my son. I helped him get to this and that. If he had said that, I'll be like, you know what, cool. At least you found a bit of shame in it. But they've been putting Owen Farrell up as like, he's just as good, if not better than Johnny Wilco, bruv. Man like Johnny Wilkinson, Sir Johnny, sorry.
Nobody could ever replace Sergeant Wilco. No way. Even now, you see his videos on Instagram. The man is a master of his craft.
Genius. Master at work, bro. You couldn't even dream to be that good. There were things that he was better at and all of that, but you have way more visible weaknesses than he does. You are not defensively better than, you were never defensively better than him. You weren't a better goalkeeper, goal kicker rather, which is the one thing you excel at. You weren't better at kicking from hand, not a better passer. You don't have the touch, you don't have the finesse, you don't have the tricks and all of that to put you to that elite level in the GOAT conversation as fly halves, not just for England, but for, of all time. Yeah. People are actually putting him in GOAT level status. Why? You were a very good fly half, had certain great games for England and the Lions at best. I'll give you that. As much as I can't stand you, I'll give you that. But the pedestal this guy gets put on, because he's humble. Yeah. He's about as humble as fucking Madonna, but as shiesty as them RFU fuckers. The lot of them. Snakes in the grass, bruv. Politician. Chatting shit day in, day out. I don't buy it, bruv. I don't buy it. Not one shred iota buy it. You should have retired, found shame, and stayed at Saracens. And if you wanted to go elsewhere, Japan, to make a bit more money, then do that by all means. No one will give a shit. But that's the problem. You talk about, I don't like the cameras. I'm not really much of a... but yet you were on Sky fucking Sports for the Lions tour, and then guess what? With a few injuries, what was it, Elliot Daly with his shoulder? Oh, guess what? You were brought right back in, back once again for the Renegade Master. Your big daddy, Farrell, yeah, brought you back in after being on Sky Sports. Like you don't like the media, you're not an attention guy at all. Are you fuck? You might not be as big of an attention-seeking whore and do anything for a pound note like your mate Hask, yeah? But you're not a million miles better than him. In a lot of other aspects, you're worse, way worse. You don't have the temperament. Sir Johnny had the temperament, still has the temperament. I don't care if he's not the most interesting character. I find him interesting, but he's more insightful. He knows the game inside and out. He brings value.
Exactly.
He brings value, bruv. You know, you've got people that are more insightful, and then there's people that are more entertaining, bruv. Johnny has his moments here and there, but he doesn't care. He loves the game. He lives and breathes for that game. To this day, bruv. To this day. To this day. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? That is Sir Johnny. Owen Farrell, you're boring as fuck, and you don't have the knowledge of Sir Johnny, another man, like Charlie Hodgson. Your predecessor, bruv. Your master is really Charlie Hodgson, yeah? You are the apprentice to Charlie Hodgson. Don't you dare ever think in your mind or believe what other people are saying that you're anywhere near Sir Johnny level, bruv. I remember that Toulon game in the semi-final of the Champions Cup, the Heineken Cup, yeah? Johnny scored a winning drop goal, yeah? Owen Farrell tried to close him down, tackled him. And then Johnny Wilkinson, Sir Johnny, patting him on the head. Good little boy, fair play, mad humble about it, had class, but at the same time, you know, at a subconscious level, deep down, you're not that guy, pal. Not today, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not at my level. He won't say that because he's not arrogant, and that's why we love him. That's why we rate him even more. Owen Farrell ain't that guy. He's a dickhead. He's a narcissist.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean. Well, obviously, you know, obviously Farrell went to, you know, France to play, and now he is back at Saracens, having come back last year. If Borthwick were to leave, I don't think the next England coach will consider picking him for England again. And I think, you know, he'll probably feel as though life back at Saracens is just too comfortable. He's got a young family. He doesn't want to get involved with the grind of playing for England again. He's not getting any younger. But then, of course, you know, you still don't really have. You mentioned Joe Marler as well, having played under Robbo. I think he I don't know if he's involved too much with England anymore. I think, you know, he's announced quite a few retirements already. I'm not too sure.
I think he might be at Quins, like part of the forwards coaching staff. Maybe.
Yeah. So his career is pretty much his career is pretty much over, and I just get the feeling that apart from Itoje and Genge and George, you know, I don't know if you have that much in terms of leadership, but then you also talk about Marcus Smith. I mean, that bloke is a talent, let me tell you. And he really should be used a lot more in his better positioning. Why are you mucking him around by playing him out of position? That's also, as I said in the chat, you know, when you play your best players in positions where they're not comfortable, you're asking for trouble. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, no, I hear it. I've got a brilliant question from Todd here. Do you think England have missed Owen Farrell? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No chance, bro. No chance. I know you just mentioned there about he's got a young family and all of that, and he played in France. Guess who else played in France? Man like the baller, the maverick, Finn Russell, Bath's one of Bath's greats now. Do you know what I'm saying? On the road to a treble, he's on another level. We love him. Do you know what I'm saying? Finn Russell might even be a Six Nations Championship winner as well. Could never.
We'll see. That would be a feather in his cap, mind you. That would be a feather in his cap.
You know what I'm saying? Owen Farrell failed at Racing. Finn Russell tore it up. Levels above him. I don't care. Oh, but defensively, Owen Farrell was getting away with murder. He wasn't getting away with as much as Richie McCaw, because Richie McCaw was smart, bro. And then the rules just caught up with him, and he retired because he has shame, and he's one of the greats. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is with Richie McCaw. Owen Farrell, you thought you were that guy in the back line, playing number 10, playing centre here. No, bro. You don't have that IQ, bro. You're not that great. at all. You're not that great. You're good. You're very good. You ain't that fucking good. You ain't that great, bruv. You're not greatest of all time, bruv. Yeah? You got your money. You got your young family. We'll leave it at that. Do you know what I'm saying? If he fucking dares to worm his way into the RFU, bruv, along with Hask, it's fucking done. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to see him on my TV screen, bruv. Not for ITV, not for BBC, not for Sky fucking Sports. Do you know what I'm saying? Or TNT, which is now going to be HBO in the next couple of weeks or so for Premiership Rugby and that. I don't want to see him on my TV screen. I might turn into Carl Walsh and punch the living daylights out of my TV. Do you know what I'm saying? Timothy Dalton settings, James Bond and all that. It is what it is. But yeah, to answer your question, we haven't missed him. Yeah, our problem is with Bummy ass Borthwick. Owen Farrell's leadership ain't going to do shit. And let's be honest, part of the reason why we have been falling down as well is because of him, his leadership. Overbearing and not backing it up with performances. The players don't buy your shit. You're just a bully, bro. You're a flat track bully. Yes, he's won a lot in his career. Cool. But what have you done for me lately? You know, with that temperament and all that shit, yeah? Oh, you broke Johnny Wilkinson's record. Well done. Pretty much handed on a plate with all of them appearances. Avoided major injury scares. Because if Johnny Wilco, Sir Johnny, didn't have the injuries, yeah? I don't think you would have broken that. He would have got 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 points. Do you know what I mean, bro? Sir Johnny got 1,000 plus with severe injuries, bro. Dan Carter got more points, I believe, but he had some serious injuries as well. Not anywhere near as much, but he did have some in his long, illustrious career. Owen Farrell, how many bad injuries have you had over your career? Not that many. And you're not better than either one of them. That's the fact. And Hask, yeah, you're a very good player, top quality. Prime time 2016 and all that, cool. But you're a sellout, mate. You're a fucking sellout. I'm done with these people, Manny. I'm done with these people. I've had enough. They need to be named and shamed. They need to be put in that box, float them down the river and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that's a very old school saying and all that ancient saying, but look, it is what it is. Look, they can coach at Saracens for all I care, innit? They're not beating Bath, bruv. Their reign of dominance over. Similar to Exeter, their reign of dominance is over. It's Bath's time now. Right here, right now, it's my team. Your team, Todd. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I know you're a massive Bath fan, innit? It is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what? I think I'm going to wrap it up here, Manny, before I explode. It's been a wonderful stream. I have had a great time, and I've really appreciated the fact that, you know, someone that knows a lot about rugby as well, we can have a chat about rugby. Todd has mentioned in the comments as well that he wants to come on and all that, talk about rugby and shit like that, do something on a regular basis. I'm willing to do that. Message me on Insta and that will sort something out, innit? But either way, anyways, Manny, anything you got coming up, my brother? And shout out your socials and anything else as well.
Well, I will actually plug something which I'll be doing with Craig Beasley from Up the Cherries in All Departments, and we will be doing a sort of a podcast show where we'll be talking about some of the issues and controversies that are taking place in the game today. I think our first episode will be dealing with, rogue or renegade owners and what can be done to sort of keep them in check. I will give you the details very soon. If we do this live, I'd love you to come in the chat and sort of air your thoughts. But if it's going to be recorded, then I would love you to watch it on playback. And I also want to... nothing much else. You will see me on a lot of other channels. My friend Hanno, South African, big rugby fan, has his channel, which is called The Sports Hub. It used to be the Coach's Corner. And I actually wanted to invite you on to do a watch-along with me for the Rugby World Cup final between New Zealand and South Africa. And that was why I sent you those messages and you weren't able to respond.
Right. My bad. Yeah.
Now, it's all right. Yeah. It's all right. And the thing is, where I am, obviously, sadly, I'm not able to get coverage of either the Six Nations or even the Lions tour, although I know that our tour to South Africa was an absolute heartbreaker. Mornay Steyn coming back from the dead to, kick South Africa to victory. What an absolute choker.
And Ronald gave away the penalty, bruv.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Alan Wynne-Jones's Lazarus-like series. We thought he'd never play after that shoulder injury, but he recovered and came back, and he was a colossus. He deserved so much better. Let me tell you now. And you will see me on a lot of other football-based channels. Obviously, big up to level-headed Arsenal fan Rashid. Natsa and I will be there, and quite a few others. Do also catch me on Danny AFC TV, who actually made an appearance with Nat and I on the Razor Standard stream. We do some work together, of course, for the European Games with the ASNA, of course. We either do a joint watch-along or I come on at halftime and chew the fat. We talk about a lot of other things. And I'm sure he'll have a lot to say about this performance from the ASNA today against Mansfield. And the reason why I didn't want to talk about it is because I'd also get pretty, peeved talking about that. You already said everything you wanted to say, so I wanted to have a change of tack. And I'm glad you understood that. And so socials, yes, Manny Thangadurai 1981 on Instagram and Threads. That's my full name and my year of birth. If you want to catch me on Twitter, it's Thangadurai 1981. And nothing much else to say except I hope you enjoy a much more relaxed Sunday. And I also want to say one very important thing. Ian Huntley, rot in fucking hell. And I really mean that. And to Holly Wells and Jessica Chapman and your families, I really do hope that you will find nothing but peace. Let us never forget their names and remember that there is evil in all walks of society and we have to stamp it out and always remember the victims who suffer. I'm sorry to have to end it on that note, but I hope you can understand how deep that is. And I have to mention that today.
I hear it, man. I usually end on a positive, so I'll be the one to end this on a positive, but I hear it, man. Big up either way, Manny. Always welcome on my channel. Yeah, roll on, Leverkusen. I will be doing a match reaction. It kind of coincides with clashes with work. So I will see the game, but I'll be seeing it at the pub probably 15 minutes after as well, which will be annoying. But it is what it is. And I don't expect any real action, in the first 15 minutes. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. So expect a match reaction there. When it comes to England rugby, I believe there will be a rude awakening. That's the silver lining.
There has to be a reckoning. There has to be a reckoning.
There has to be a reckoning now. We've never lost to Italy. Do you know what I'm saying? New Zealand still have that record. Like Italy have beaten everyone else bar the All Blacks now in terms of top level teams. So maybe there might be in Argentina. I'm not too sure, but New Zealand.
No, but wait. Have they beaten South Africa before? I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah. No, they beat the Box. They beat the Wallabies. Now they've beaten us. They beaten Ireland before once. They beat Wales a few times. They beaten Scotland a number of times. Obviously, they beat them this year, this championship.
Yes.
And they've beaten France before as well on a few occasions. So, yeah, it really is just the All Blacks. But they're moving on up like Curtis Mayfield, like I said earlier. And look, I congratulate them. I even mentioned it to Gianni because he wasn't able to make the game. And I was just like, I sent him a little short video. Go watch it, brother. Trust me, you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. You played some solid rugby, had to shit it out at the end. And he'll love that part because obviously, football heritage, the Italian way defensively.
I'll tell you what, the Italy cricket team also gave England a scare in this recent World Cup, mind you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't watch cricket, but fair play. Yeah,
I know. They're chock full of mainly Aussie expats and one or two South Africans, but
yeah. That's similar with Italian rugby. Have been doing that for a bit, but they've got a quality coach who could potentially be world class in Gonzalo Quiseda, who I believe former Argentine international. He was a great player as well. To be fair, I'm not going to lie. I think he might have applied his trade in Europe at one point, like France, maybe Italy towards the end of his career. But he was class, man, and he might even turn out to be a better coach than he was a player. Do you know what I'm saying? So he masterminded the game. I think if the players kept their heads a little bit more, a few unforced errors and that forcing the pass one too many times, I think they could have beaten us more convincingly, rather, and they should have done. And fair play. It's just one step closer to Bummy Borthwick out the goddamn door. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. It's similar to Arteta. If you don't win, piss off. if you win, I'm celebrating either way. It's a win-win. And with England, it's the same thing. I'm very consistent. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why even when I lose my head, I always end on a positive, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? There's all these evils and all these fuckeries in the world, but you can't save them all, but we all have to do our bit to build a better community, better togetherness among humanity, because I do believe in that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Regardless. And one day, I know it will happen. We are in the age of awakening, people, and the veil is being unmasked, unleashed, so to speak. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, onwards and upwards. So, anyway, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow Manny Thangadai, all socials and all that, Twitter, Insta, and that, etc. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll never ever miss when I go live and direct and in full effect, or when I know the next video, which will most likely be the Leverkusen match reaction, of course. Stay safe, stay true to yourself, all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and most likely I will see you on Wednesday evening, bruv. Take care. Peace and love. Bummy Borthwick out.